What's going on, people? Myke C-Town here with another episode of Records and Ramblings. Before we can get to the records, let's do a little bit of rambling. So I'm using this lapel lavalier mic. I'm not a big fan of the way this mic sounds. I like my other mic better, but the problem is when I do these record videos, at some point I end up holding the record in front of the mic, and sometimes you can't really hear what I'm saying. So I'm only going to be using this for these videos. All other videos, I'll be using my regular mic. So don't bother complaining about it in the fucking comment section. I already know. Also, I'm selling a whole bunch of t-shirts, mostly metal, some hip-hop shirts, some punk shirts, all in either like new or excellent condition. So if you're interested, I'll put the link to the eBay store down there in the description section. All right, let's talk about some records. First record I want to show you, this is the Ancient Records Demo Compilation Part 2. Yeah, I've had this for a bit. I'm absolutely obsessed with Sorcier. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing his name, but he's the guy from As Alyssa. He's also in Beketh, Nexehmu, all those other bands. But this is unreleased material that was written between 2016 and 2017. And of course, it's fantastic stuff. Yeah, here's the layout here. Really nice, kind of glossy. I'm not really a big fan of glossy records. Records on black, won't bother showing you that. This was also released around the same time as the Mystic compilation of demos and stuff. I have that too. Just not going to show it in this video. But I also have the CD version of this as well as the CD version of the Mystic comp. So if anybody wants to trade for those, let me know. I really don't need stuff in two different formats. But yeah, this is some great kind of sinister sounding black metal. If you know this guy, you know that he has a ton of different bands and they don't really sound alike in my opinion, but this one sounds, the closest I can compare it to is probably that Chaos project that he has. There is also another one, a part 1 of this of course, and that was all stuff done by Sir N, who's the guy from Grov, Dodford, Nippa Highland, and I have that coming very soon, hopefully. There's actually a funny story surrounding that, so you'll hear it when it shows up. And since I'm talking about Sorcier, I'll go ahead and show this. This is Beketh Nexehmu, and from what I understand, this title is supposed to read Forna, Sederna, Del, and this is part 2. This is demos of, I don't know. This band is really confusing because some of the things they list as albums, and some of them they list as EPs, some of them they list as demos, and I don't really hear much of a difference in quality. They're all fucking awesome. But yeah, anyways, next to As Alyssa, Beketh Nexehmu is my favorite of his projects. This record's fantastic. The black metal stuff is fast. It's very cold. Nice printed insert here. On the back, you have some other Purity Through Fire releases. While I like the kind of ambient soundscape stuff he does, that isn't my favorite material of his. So the great thing is, on this album, there's not a whole lot of that here. It's just mostly the raw, cold black metal stuff, which is what I like. But yeah, this stuff is fantastic. It's probably limited to 500 copies, if I had to make a guess. I know the Ancient Records comp is limited to 500, but I believe you can still get both of those, if I'm not mistaken, and not pay, you know, the same price you pay for fucking rent to get them. Next record I'm going to show you, this is Backworld, All That Remains. I'm not sure if I've shown any other Backworld records on my channel before. I think I have, but Backworld is a neofolk group from New York. The guy now resides in Scotland though, so I know a lot of people list them as being a Scottish neofolk group. Not that it fucking matters, but I feel like a lot of people don't talk enough about Backworld when they talk about neofolk. Of course, they were one of the early World Serpent bands from back in the day. And if you listen to neofolk, you know what I'm talking about. Their later stuff, though, is more reminiscent of, like, the classic psychedelic folk stuff, which is why I kind of love these guys. And this one's no exception, man. This record sounds a lot like Perry Leopold, if you listen to him. If you like neofolk and you're more open to listening to other bands than Death in June, then definitely check this guy's stuff out. It actually has Julia Kent on it. Julia Kent may have also done stuff with Anthony and the Johnsons, but I'm not 100% positive about that one. All right, this might actually shock a few of you, but the next record I'm going to show, this is Shadows Fall with Somber Eyes to the Sky. So, most of you know, if you watch my channel, that I don't really like metalcore at all. But this album is a huge exception. This is metalcore from Boston. It has a really heavy Swedish melodic death metal tinge to it. Lots of heavy breakdowns, but also a lot of really well done melodies. And there's riffs for days on this shit. At any rate, this is the only album that has this singer on it. His name is Phil. I don't know his last name, and there's no insert to this. So, yeah, it's funny because after this, Brian Fair from Overcast joined the band. And I don't know. I like Brian in Overcast, but I don't like him in Shadows Fall. Like in Overcast, his vocals were just so heavy and evil and just nasty sounding, but they just don't work very well for me with the melodic death metal stuff. Especially his growled vocals, they just don't sound good. I kind of liked the one album after this. I think it's called Of One Truth or something One Truth. I don't remember, but that's the one that had the debut of Brian singing for them, and it was okay. But anything after that, I thought was just really bad and generic and just kind of boring. But yeah, this guy, Phil, I know he went on to join that band, All That Remains, after he left this band. And I'd never bothered to listen to All That Remains because I just kind of had an idea in my head that they probably suck. I don't know where I got that idea. But in preparation for this video, I went ahead and checked him out. And yeah, I'm like Professor X from the X-Men, you know what I'm saying? I got these powers because, yeah, they're fucking terrible, dude. The first thing I saw was a fucking Garth Brooks cover. The thunder rolls and the lightning strikes. Which I don't even like that song when Garth Brooks sings it. It's especially bad when these guys do it. It's fucking atrocious. It made me want to fucking diarrhea in my own mouth and then spit it into my cat's mouth. And after my cat shat it back up, eat it again. It was that bad. I listened to a couple other songs, and their older stuff sounded more like this Shadows Fall album. But their later stuff sounded like fucking redneck rock. Like they would tour with Nickelback or Saliva or something like that. Like they all wear those hats with fucking fish hooks on the brim. You know, the sick fucking riff, dude. Like they fucking dip in between songs. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can have that shit. But Shadows Fall, that record at least, is fucking awesome. Especially if you like metalcore. Especially if you like melodic Swedish death metal. I think you'd actually dig that because it's really well done. Dude, you can fucking dislike it, but you ain't gotta talk shit. Keep running your fucking dick sucker, dude. Keep running your fucking dick sucker, dude. I'll put your fucking dick in the dirt, buddy. I'll put your fucking dick in the dirt. Next record I'm gonna show you. This is Sims with Lights Out Paris. Yeah, hopefully you guys know Sims if you watch my channel. Sims is one of the many, oh, there's like a stink bug over there, and I'm just hoping he doesn't fly towards me while I'm trying to record this. Anyways, yeah, he's one of the really amazing MCs from Doomtree. I already had this on CD, but I ran across this on vinyl at my local record store for a great price, so of course I grabbed it. But I'm a big fan of Sims, and it's been dope to watch his style kind of morph and evolve. But this one is a bit darker than what he's doing now. It's very somber sounding. I don't really know any other way to describe it, but it's a fantastic album. It's a poster here with lyrics, and this is really, really cool. I like that image a lot. Records on Black, won't bother showing you that. No Homeowners is one of the best posse cuts that Doomtree has ever done, including on their posse albums. Like, that song is really, really dope. I've seen them do it live, and it sounds great. Dessa's feature on that song is so good. Like, the way she starts off with the S words over and over and over again is really, really, really dope. But Sims is just one of the nicest out, and I feel like he needs a lot more attention than he's getting. So yeah, so you guys go check him out, especially you metal guys. Like, seriously, why do metal dudes have such shit taste in rap? Like, I see you guys posting stuff on Facebook, and it's always like this garbage tattooed-faced fucking SoundCloud shit. And I don't know if you guys actually like that shit or if it's just like a novelty for you to laugh at, but god damn, guys, there really is some good hip-hop out there. And I don't know why you waste your time listening to fucking garbage that some dude probably created in his room in 3 minutes. I just don't get it. But yeah, I did a video called Hip Hop for Heshers. Make sure you guys go check that out if you're actually curious about what good rap sounds like. And yes, I'm being totally pretentious, kind of tongue-in-cheek. I'm kind of joking a little bit, but you guys do post some fucking bullshit. So the last record I'm going to show in this edition of Records and Ramblings, this is Sorcier to Glaces with Moonrise in Total Darkness. So I'm a big fan of Sorcier to Glaces, and I'm not sure if I've shown any of their other albums on my channel before. I have a few of their other records. I think they have like 5 or 6 albums, but the first 2, this one and Snowland, are my shit. They're just darker, they're a little bit more aggressive, they're more menacing. Side note, looking forward to Count Blaggerith releasing Snowland on vinyl. That's going to be fucking awesome. I'll definitely be grabbing that. But yeah, this one is just great. Lots of great riffs, some really nice keyboard passages. This came out in 2006, I think. It was released by Obscure Abhorrence in 2017. But this was recorded in 1999, and it sounds like 1999, man. Like, fucking awesome, nasty. It kind of sounds like some of Abergore's earlier work, some of that early Gehenna, some of that early Ancient. You know, it reminds me of the stuff that I was in love with when I first got into black metal. Their later stuff is great too, don't get me wrong, but this stuff is just produced more to how I like my black metal to sound. Not sure which one I like more between this one and Snowland, but they're both fucking awesome records. So yeah, make sure you check them out if you've not heard them. But that's it for this edition of Records and Ramblings. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As usual, thank you for living, thank you for loving, thank you for being you, and I'll see you guys next time. All right? Peace out, boy.